Welcome to the conclusion of our minute-to-minute analysis of The Matrix. This series of videos were made to find Easter eggs and to analyze all the little strange things you may have missed while watching the film. In this final video, will Neo face Agent Smith and fulfill his destiny as the One, or will he become another victim of the system? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Neo and Agent Smith are facing off at the train station. Smith had destroyed Neo's exit, leaving him alone to stand against him. Neo contemplates if he should turn and run, but he chooses to stay and face Smith.
He's beginning to believe.
This scene symbolizes Neo's choices, a topic that has been continuously referenced throughout the film. The Matrix is full of scenes of Neo making decisions, following the white rabbit, not getting arrested, taking the red pill, etc. Everything has led him to this moment, this final decision. This dramatic confrontation between Neo and Smith is a callback to old Western movies, the classic Mexican standoff. Both men run out of bullets. Note that this is the last time Neo uses a gun in the trilogy.
You're empty. So are you.
This phrase is also a reference to old Western movies, where both the protagonist and antagonist run out of ammo and must finish the fight with a good old-fashioned mano a mano. And so they fight viscerally, throwing punches and kicks, destroying parts of the station, tossing each other all over the place. It's chaotic. You can see that one of the columns was already marked before Smith destroyed it. A film blooper or a flaw in the Matrix? You decide.
I'm gonna enjoy watching you die.
Once again, Smith is expressing emotions which agents are not supposed to, reminding the audience that he is not a conventional agent. Smith is beating Neo. He is killing him, causing Neo to bleed in the real world. The agent hears that there is a train coming, so he tosses Neo onto the tracks. Smith pins him down, waiting for the train to arrive.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
This conversation carries many philosophical postures. On one hand, Smith is talking about inevitability. Smith believes in predetermination. Being a product of the machines made him see reality as a game of cause and effect. And on the other hand, there's Neo, who believes in choice, not being trapped in a quagmire of cause and effect. Smith bids farewell to Mr. Anderson because he believes that Neo is still under the Matrix's control. However, Mr. Anderson's rebuttal to Smith is,
My name is Neo.
Neo shows the agent that he is not subjected to predetermination and that the Matrix doesn't have him anymore. He effectively rejects his previous self and chooses to be Neo, the One. Remember that the name Thomas is a reference to one of Jesus' disciples, more specifically, the skeptic. However, by accepting who he is, Neo became a believer. The train is approaching. We see the word loop on the top of it. It's the same one that interrupted Trinity from telling Neo her secret. The train is on an endless loop. Neo knocks Smith off of him and jumps out of the way of the incoming train. Smith gets run over by the train, and it seems that Neo was safe to escape. But no, the train grinds to a halt, and Smith gets out of it. This time, Neo runs. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Sentinels are approaching the Nebuchadnezzar. It is now a race against time for Neo to escape. Neo steals the cell phone of a random person and calls Tank for an exit. The agents are jumping from person to person, trying to catch up to Neo, possessing the bodies of anybody who is closest to him. Neo runs into the apartment of two elder women. There are some interesting visuals here, believe it or not. One of the ladies is knitting. Next to her on the table, there is a plate of cookies, which could be a reference to the Oracle. The other lady is in the kitchen with a knife. The kitchen itself could also be referencing the intuitive program's favorite room in her home. Smith possesses the old lady in the kitchen and throws the knife at Neo, but misses. Funny how Smith is going to possess another old lady in her kitchen in the future. As Neo runs out of the building, the Sentinels have approached the hovercraft. They are using lasers to cut into the ship. Morpheus arms the EMP and believes that Neo is going to make it. The film now comes full circle. Neo arrives at where the movie began, the heart of the city motel. Neo's exit is in room 303, where Trinity fought the cops at the beginning of the movie. This area is an emergency site, either to enter or exit the Matrix. Neo's exit is finally near. He burst through the door marked 303, but Smith got there first. The agent was ready and waiting for him. Smith knew which room he would go to because of the encounter with Trinity. The agent's gun was pointing directly towards Neo's chest, and Smith pulled the trigger. He shot him again and again until Neo fell dead in the hallway. Morpheus watches in disbelief.
Can't be.
The agents checked the corpse and confirmed that Thomas Anderson was indeed dead.
Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
However, Trinity doesn't believe that he is gone. And finally, yes, finally, she reveals to Neo what the Oracle told her.
The Oracle told me that I would fall in love and that man.
The Oracle knew that Neo would die and come back to life thanks to the power of love and finally become the One. This poses the question, does the One have to die to become the One? Trinity's kiss revives Neo, a la Sleeping Beauty or Snow White. Neo stands, the agents shoot him, and he stops the bullets in midair. Neo is able to do this because he now sees and controls the code. Morpheus says that he is the One as Neo begins to see the Matrix for what it is. This is a reference to Buddhist philosophy, which proposes that reality as we see it is an illusion. That if we could see a little bit further than our own immediate perception, we could understand that everything is made of the same elements. Ergo, everything is connected. You can say that this is Neo's first moment of enlightenment, as he can now see for the first time the truth. Smith is angry, again exhibiting emotions that no agent should, and storms towards Neo. The agent throws punch after punch, but Neo is faster than him. He blocks every attack, grabs Smith's arm, and kicks him away. That is not Mr. Anderson anymore. We can see how Neo's strength distorts the Matrix. He inhales, then exhales, and looks straight at the other two agents. Agent Jones and Brown look at each other, and for the first time, the agents run away in fear. Back in the real world, the Sentinels have breached the hull of the ship. They are inside and about to attack. Trinity screams at Neo, and the man rushes towards the phone in the nick of time as Morpheus activates the EMP. In the silent darkness, Neo wakes up and kisses Trinity. We then hear the ringing of a phone, and green letters appear on screen. Someone or something is tracing the call. There is a warning that says, Carrier Anomaly. Neo then talks to the system on the other side of the line. From the very first movie, Neo is classified as an anomaly. Only after Matrix Reloaded do we understand what that meant, thanks to the architect. The trace fails.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now.
Is Neo talking to someone in control of the Matrix?
I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin.
He is referencing the Oracle. Neo understands that he cannot predict the future as she can. However, he believes that he can change things.
I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible.
Here Neo is talking about determinism. Whoever is behind the phone controls everything, maintaining the rules and restrictions. But Neo is going to destroy that. He's going to free the people.
Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
The word choice defines Neo's philosophy. He is a person who believes that he has freedom to choose his own path, that he can go against fate and the Matrix. Though by the end, he accepts inevitability.
You were right, Smith. You're always right. It was inevitable.
So then who is Neo talking to on the phone? Well, who is the one that created the Matrix? Who is the one that sets the rules and maybe is afraid of change? Neo didn't know who he was talking to at the time, though he will eventually come to meet the architect. There are two moments in the original Matrix that hints at the architect's presence. One is the phone booth conversation we just talked about, and two is Thomas Anderson's interrogation scene. You can see the architect's TV screens focused on Neo in the interrogation room. Neo hangs up the phone, then puts on his sunglasses, symbolizing that he is now officially part of the resistance. Then the movie ends when Neo suddenly flies up into the sky. His ascension towards the heavens is yet another biblical reference of Jesus Christ. Neo has become humanity's last hope and savior. Thank you for watching our minute-to-minute analysis of The Matrix, and stay tuned as we move on to Matrix Reloaded, Revolutions, and the Animatrix, as we near the premiere of Matrix 4. For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.